Now let's create a second chart. The second chart will compare the monthly revenue, and so we're going to select the data. It's going to be B3 to G3, so I select this up here, and then I want to select the total revenue down here. Now since they're not continuous, I need to press Control and then select these cells down here. So my selection is B3 to G3, and then I press Control CTRL on the keyboard and then hold it down while I select these other cells, which is B10 to G10. If I don't hold down the Control key, then I will lose my earlier selection when I select this second range, and I want to keep them both. So in total, I selected 12 cells. And now that I've selected the data, I'm going to choose Insert, and this time we're going to use a bar chart, and a bar chart is a horizontal chart, and I don't see it here, so I'm going to select it from here. This is a bar chart. Yep. And I'm going to click OK. Okay, so this shows me which month had the highest revenue very, very clearly, and you can see that it's the month of July because it has the longest bar. And so I'm going to move it down here. And I can resize it. Okay, and I can change the title to a more descriptive one. Okay, and you can see down here that the numbers show up with a lot of zeros, and since there's too many zeros here, I'm going to change the font size. If you want to make these zeros go away, so I want to make the font a little bigger, I make it 12, I can actually format this axis. So I right click, format the x-axis. Okay, over here in axis options, we have display units, and display units is none. If I change it to thousands, then it's going to hide the last 3 places in the numbers on the x-axis. So if I choose thousands, okay, you'll see now that instead of 10,000, it just shows 10. Instead of 20,000, it just shows 20. And then the word thousands is down here. So it's just a little bit, nicer because there's less zeros to clutter up your display. So this might be a better format to go with. And then I choose the sign to see if there's any improvements I can make to the format. So you can just pick a format that you like. I think I'm just going to go with this style. Okay, it just makes everything pop out a bit more. It's more 3D. Okay, so that is our bar chart. And how about another chart? Okay, so let's try another chart. This chart will show the percentage of the total revenue. So our total revenue is 239,645. We want to know what percent of this total revenue came from each salesperson. So we need the salesperson's names. We select A4 to A9. And we also want the total revenue for each salesperson. And once again, because the total revenue is over here, H4 to H9, and we don't want to lose this earlier selection, so we need to hold down the Control key, hold it down, and select H4 to H9. Okay, and now that we've selected these 2 ranges, we can click Insert. And this time we want to use a pie chart. Okay, a pie chart, which is a very good format to show the percentage contributed by each part to the whole pie. So here's our pie chart, and I'm going to move it down here. Put it next to this chart here. And I'm going to make it as wide as the top chart, and I'm going to make it same height. Okay, so now we have the pie chart, and it's not very easy to read because it doesn't even show us which salesperson this corresponds to. We need to cross-reference it down here, and we don't have the percentage either. So if you look up here, there's a design tab. Okay, if you look up here, there's a quick layout, okay, under the design tab, and you'll see that there are a number of layouts. If you point your mouse to each of the layouts, you'll find that some layouts will automatically calculate the percentage of each salesperson. So I think layout 1 is the one we want. So I'm going to click layout 1. And so you'll see that layout 1 shows you the percent and also the name of the salesperson. And I'm just going to move the label outside the pie because I think it's clearer if it's outside rather than on top of the pie. And I'm going to change the chart title. Share of total revenue by salesperson. So we can easily see that Ross had the greatest share because he had 24% of the revenue. And second place is Kinsley, 19%, and Avery is not far behind at 18%. We can also make the title boldface and change the font size to 16 or 18.